This short documentary on Maureen Cahill was prepared for inclusion in the exhibition Glass Roots, held at Bilston Gallery, England from the 23rd of August to the 15th of November 2008, which focused on glassmakers linked through association with the pioneering Professor Keith Cummings, who wrote the internationally renowned books on glass forming and glass history. The first section is an excerpt from the film Behind the Sun, which featured prominent artists producing work in Australia in 1988. Included with Maureen Cahill were artists Robert Klippel, John Coburn and Robin Gordon.
Glass is an art form that crosses all boundaries in the art context. It ranges from glass painting, sculpture to jewellery. You can't compartmentalise it. It's always challenging and it's always testing. As an artist, one should always be an innovator. The new concept, the new idea should be with the artist, and with this comes taking risks. I can only go as far as the technical limitations allow me, which is sometimes frustrating. I've challenged the material far beyond its considered and recognised optimum, so that now I'm still experimenting, extending the known elements beyond the traditional notion of glass. The material is so beautiful. It has qualities of refraction, reflection and illusion.
Greetings from Sydney. I studied with Keith from 1974 to 77, and that was after I studied painting in Sydney. I was after light and transparency, and paint pigment wasn't the medium for me. I found out about Stourbridge, came across, and that's when I took off with glass, like so many other people did under him. So many people, well, he was pivotal in so many people's career, especially mine. I came back and started the first glass department in Sydney, at Sydney College of the Arts, which became a department or faculty of the University of Sydney. From there, we then established my first graduate at the Glass Artist Gallery, which is where I'm sitting now.
Maureen Cahill founded the Glass Studio at the Sydney College of the Arts at Sydney University in 1978, where she remained a senior lecturer until 2003. It was the first full-time glass course in Australia. In that same year, Maureen instigated the first National Glass Conference at the Sydney College of the Arts, resulting in the establishment of Oz Glass. Maureen is known for major public glass installations. Featured here is Willy Willy, Parliament House, Canberra.
Basically, when Parliament House was built, it was built with Aldo Jerga, the New York-based architect, selecting pieces, and mostly were by competition. Major works, there were 18 major projects, and this project was selected by him and Pamela Berg, and they actually chose the space for me, but I didn't have to have a competition because they saw my work about 5 years before, a piece called Ascension. Being here 20 years later brings back memories to how I was brought in at hard hat stage. And it was a very special time because it was just a rough type of lining of a building. And I was brought in here and I was impressed upon the very special things of this building. And one of them was the marble dust was impregnated into the stucco walls of this interior where I was to place my work. And although it wouldn't be visible to you maybe on camera, to the naked eye, this brings out the translucency and optimises the reflections of the glass and the reflections on the wall through the actual images. With my work, I use the glass as a lens, and whereas I use it as to pass the light through as a lens. So I really use light as the medium and glass as the vehicle to convey my ideas.
A willy willy is Aboriginal for a small dust storm. Maureen's concept was that the willy willy would take up anything light and superfluous, and anything solid and of consequence would be taken into Parliament.